Hello student, welcome to chapter number 9, email and introduction. This is the part 1 video of this chapter. Okay. Now you all must be knowing about mail, that is sending and receiving messages. Okay. Now email stands for electronic mail, which is a service that is provided where it allows us to send the message in electronic mode over the internet. It offers an efficient, if inexpensive and real time means of distributing information among people. Okay. Now, see what here, no involvement of paper, pen or anything is required. You need either a computer, mobile phone or anything, and there must be an internet connection through which you can send or receive messages. Okay. Now, sending email through electronic mode is efficient, that is it is relevant and reliable. Okay. Then it is inexpensive, no cost is required. Okay. Now, like a normal way when earlier posts were used or today also it is used, but when we send messages through post, some charges are required like purchasing of stationery items. Okay. Then inland letters, postcard and stamps. So, these all involve some charges, okay, which is quite expensive as compared to when sending messages through electronic mode. And it is real time also, because when you are sending the message at the same time it will be received by the receiver. Okay. So, these are the advantages, some basic advantage of email, clear. Now, next is to use email, or if you want to send mail through electronic mode, you need an email address. So, email address also has some rules. Okay. Means each email is assigned, or each email address is a unique address. One has to open his account, that is email account, for sending or receiving messages. So, this name, that is email address, is the name for the sending and receiving messages. Okay. You need to have an account with some valid email address. Okay. Now, different user can send and receive messages according to the email address. So, basically email address is divided into two parts, that is username and domain name. Okay. So, username and domain name is separated by the sign, the symbol is known as @ okay. So, username as a domain name, fine. Now, for example, you can see webmaster@gmail.com. So, gmail.com is the username, means it is the domain name where that means it provides you the service, like you all have mobile numbers, we all have unique mobile numbers. So, some service provider, some service we are using, some are using Airtel, some Jio, then VI, okay, that Vodafone Idea, and many are there. Okay. So, same way for account opening also we need to use some service provider, like Gmail is there, Yahoo Mail is there, redifmail.com is there, and so on. So, in whichever service you are opening your account, that domain name will get attached to your email address. Okay. Now, you can see here an email address where webmaster is your username and Gmail is the domain name, and this username and domain name are separated by @ symbol. Email address are not case sensitive, like password is a case sensitive. Case here means uppercase and lowercase, like sometimes we write in capital letter, that is called in computer term uppercase, and sometimes we write in small letters, which in computer term it is known as lowercase. So, when you set a password, if you have written a password in capital letter, so obviously if you will keep the password in small letter, so it will not accept. But here email address is not case sensitive, that means if you have created your account with a capital name username, so if suppose you are logging in or you are just signing in your into your account, you can, if you are typing in small letters, so it will accept, only the matching letters should be there. Okay. But the cases matching is not required in username. So, that is why it is said email address are not case sensitive. Then spaces are not allowed in email address. only a dot sign is allowed, underscore sign is allowed. Okay, you can write digits, but the starting should be always with a letter or alphabet. Okay, so spaces you cannot give. Okay, next is email message component. Now, what are the component parts of email message? Okay, so first part is email header, okay, which consists from is the email address which will having the address of the sender. So, this automatically gets attached when you type a mail for sending. Okay. Then date is there, on whichever date time you are sending the message, that will be coming into this section date. Okay. Next we have to is the, here we need to type the email address of the person whom we want to send the mail. Okay. Next is subject, like you all type letter, application. So, you need to get a topic into a subject section, that is what your mail or message is all about. A hint line is there in the subject area. Okay. Next comes the CC. CC stands for carbon copy. That means, if suppose the same message you want to send it to some other recipient also, so that address you can mention here. So, what will happen, that the to section address will receive the message, and also the message will be delivered to CC section address. Okay. Now, in CC what happens, that whosoever is getting the mail will get to know that whom else has been the same mail sent. Okay. So, they will know, means all the recipients address will be shown to each and every recipient. Okay. Next comes to greeting part, that is obviously whenever you start a letter, whether it is a mail, formal letter or informal, you need to greet that person, hi, hello, good morning, good evening. Okay, this and so on. Then you need to write the text of your mail, that is what you want to write, and then this is your text part, okay, the main content of your mail. And lastly, you need to write the signature. Signature here stands for, whenever you end your letter or application, you need to write the sender's name. Okay. So, you write in this way, regards, or for yours obediently, yours sincerely, and below that you write your name, okay, your phone number. So, if you are a profession person, if there is any professional person, he will write his all designation and everything. So, this is what signature. Okay. So, here we can see from date is there, to is there, subject is there, CC is there. Then one part is BCC. BCC stands for, this is how you will have a look of, this is how your email account will look when you are sending a message. All this header section is there, this is the greeting part, this is the text, and this is the signature part. Okay. So, this is how it will look, and you can see OK, cancel is there, and attachment is there. Attachment is that in email you can send any other files also, not only text, you can attach any file, like Word file is there, PowerPoint presentation file, your picture file, or your music video file, any file you can attach here. Okay. Now, BCC one extra is there, that is BCC stands for blind carbon copy. In this also it works same as like your CC, only the difference is that in BCC none of the recipient will be able to see to whom else the mail has been sent. Okay. In CC, everyone, all the receiver will be able to know by seeing the addresses of all the recipient, but in BCC the addresses are hidden. Though the content are sent to the recipient, you know that to whom you, sender knows whom the message has been sent, but this or everyone, all the recipient will not be able to see who else has got the same mail. Okay. So, this is what all about. Then we have text, signature. Now, I will come to the advantages part. Now, what are the advantages? It is reliable, that many of the mail system notify, you will get the notification if suppose and sometimes email address does not exist and the sender write the email address. So, obviously, any email address which is not existing, and if the mail has been sent to that particular email address, so a notification will be delivered from your service provider, okay, then that is the message was not delivered due to inappropriate or non availability of email address. So, that is why it is reliable. That means, even if you are sending, you will be at least knowing that your mail was not sent because of what reason. Okay. Then it is convenient. There is no requirement of stationery, stamps, etc. No one has to go to post office for these things required for sending and receiving email. Okay. Then speed is there, speed is fast, but still it is based on the network speed. If the network speed is slow, so obviously the speed of sending mail will also become accordingly. Then inexpensive, the cost of sending email is very low, it is printable, you can have the hard copy of your mail if sometimes we need to, there is a need of getting the mail printed on paper. So, that is called, anything which is printed on paper is known as hard copy. Okay. So, also an electronic copy of email can also be saved for records, you can save it also and you can delete as per your requirement until unless you give the permission, or until unless you perform this activity of deletion, the mails remain forever in your Gmail account or whatever account you are using, Ymail, Yahoo Mail or any account. Okay. Then global, obviously this is very important and good feature, that is email can be sent and received easily by a person sitting across the globe. Across the globe means around the world, wherever the person is, he or she can receive the mail. Generality is that it is possible to send graphic, program and sound with an email as an attachment. Okay. Now, some disadvantages are also there. Okay. Now, what are the disadvantages? Forgery is there. That means, it will doesn't prevent from forgery, that is someone impersonating the sender, since senders usually not authenticated in any way. Okay. So, there is a lot of possibility of forgery. Then overload is there. Convenience of email may result in a flood of mail. Sometimes what happens, that it keeps on saving. So, what happens? It becomes overloaded. Then misdirection is there. It is possible that you may send email to an unintended recipient. Sometimes a miss of spelling or something like that, and if suppose that email address is existing, so what will happen? Once you have sent, you cannot stop. Okay. It can be sent to unintended recipient. Then we have junk. Junk emails are undesirable and inappropriate emails. Junk emails are sometimes referred to as spam. Unwanted email, sometimes it comes, so that is known as junk. Okay. Now, no response, sometimes it may be frustrating when the recipient does not read the email and respond on a regular basis. You have sent the mail, okay, but it is not possible that it is not surety that the receiver will send the reply. Okay. So, that becomes quite frustrating for sender. Okay. Next is email operation. How will you operate the email? Okay. Now, here you will discuss the operation that can be performed on an email, but first of all we have to learn how to create an email. Creating it very simple. First of all, open like wherever you get the where you get the email service from, Gmail, Ymail, Yahoo, that is yahoomail.com, then rediffmail.com, open that site, then there you can click on sign up, okay, or create an account. So, this you can see the form of Gmail account. Okay. Now, this form will appear, you need to fill the details over here, that is username, you need to write your name, then username. If the username is already existing, as usernames are always unique for each and every person, if it is existing, it will prompt you that the username is not available, okay, because it has been already used by somebody else. So, you have to keep on trying, and one you will get the unique username. Afterwards, you set a password, create a password, then again a confirmation for your password will come. You have need to provide your date of birth, everything, all the details you can click. Then you will have to click on create. So, a welcome window will appear to continue to Gmail, and you can see this is the Gmail account window that has been created. Okay. So, you can continue, you can see some welcome messages are there, and you can see inbox is there, then start is there, sent mail is whichever mail you have sent, all record will be stored in the sent mail. Inbox is whatever messages you are receiving. Start is like you all have in your mobile also. You can start, you can mark some important mail, so that will be in start section. Okay. Now, next is inbox, primary, social, promotional. We will be continuing in our next video, that is part 2 video of this chapter number 9. Okay. Now, till then you revise thoroughly up to this much very carefully, and try to create account also, your email account also online. Okay. Thank you children.